it's true. Our last speaker for this evening is a webcam regular. I don't know what he's talking about. Please give it up for Tristan. He works at Mindvalley. There you go.
Why so serious?
It was quite hard to find a picture where he's not topless. I thought that would be
Am I being censored?
No, it's not. I think how like everybody's a friend. Anyway, Tristan.
Hi. So how's everyone? Yeah. So I will be presenting. Well, it's not as technical as what Clayton has presented. I actually made this presentation for Mindvalley because usually every Thursday we have a sharing session, and this one spoke to me the most about because I tried to draw parallels between Outback. How many of you has heard of Playbook? How many of you are Ruby and Rails developers? Okay. Wrong crowd. So Playbook is I'll explain it later, but their playbook actually spoke to me the most. I drew parallels between how the tech team at Mindvalley does things and how Thoughtbot does it. So, but for those of you who don't know me yet, you'll know me soon enough. I work here, and so when I applied, I got recruited as system administrator. I applied as a web developer. I started as a web designer and a cutter. I eventually became a backend and app developer, and currently a platform developer and a solution provider, which I call uncoding, because they come to with a problem, you coding, and then you explain to them, you uncode your code and explain to them how everything works. So I've been through many things. I've touched many of the systems and all of the modules here.
Now you're touching lives.
Yes, now I'm touching lives. that sounds like I'm going to spend some punchline. So I mostly do in-house web applications that deal with data. So it's lots of data, crunching, and lots of analysis. And for those that I usually get bored of, I just give them a CSV and ask them to do a pivot table because I don't want to do it for them. So here are some of the applications. Well, again, this is for my company presentation. So most of these applications you've probably never heard of because they're very internal. Shipmaster and Wall Up. And I also do some backend platform stuff like Mindvalley accounts, which doesn't really have any interfaces, and some fun projects like Asset Mindvalley. Which one do I click?
Next.
Right. No, it works. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Airplane, I can reset
And Shibali, which but
the
according
battery's
to
running
here,
out, I
it's
guess.
okay.
No, airplanes.
Yeah.
Airplanes. Sorry, yeah.
Sorry. So those are some of the projects. Again, if it doesn't make sense to you right now, it's all right. We'll explain it a bit later. Is that too much about me?
It's not too much information. Don't worry.
No. All right. So this is the Apple TV. Okay, this is Thoughtbot, and this is the one I'm presenting right now. I was trying to seek ways to improve my craft, and I saw that Thoughtbot is a good model. I use a lot of their gems like Factory Girl and Paperclip. So who knows what these two are? Not really. Yes, you know. Good. So yeah, Factory Girl is for testing, so that you can do your, instead of doing, what do you call it? I forgot already what it's called because I have never used it. Yeah, fixtures, because I don't use them anymore. And then Paperclip for attachments. And since Mindvalley is expanding towards app development, I wanted to show everyone how it's being done by the successful people. And we already have the 37 signals playbook. So Thoughtbot is a consulting company. It's like 37 signals, but it's also like Pivotal. They do contractor work. And their motto is to aim to great user experiences powered by well-made software. And so some of their clients, YBuy, have you tried YBuy before? Nope. It's a try before you buy. It's in TechCrunch, so you can try going there. And Trajectory, it's a project management tool. So these are the URLs, and these are some of the, they're already stopping their registrations. So the concept here is that you pay a flat fee of $25 US, and then you get sent trial products, like, for example, the new iPhone 5, for example, and then you get to try it, and then you return it, and then they send you another one. So, but you have to pay for the privilege of doing it. So it's an idea you might want to get. And Trajectory is just like Pivotal, if you've used it, Pivotal Tracker or maybe Redmine. It's their own app that they use to track their own progress. So this is their playbook. The copy is available in Drobo, but you don't have access to Drobo, so you have to buy it. It's $15 US on their site, but it's available for us. It's filled with things they've learned based on their experience and study. And if you want to build your own mobile applications and make customers happy, you should definitely read it, and I will recommend it. And this is their own version of Mindvalley Insights. Who here has heard of Mindvalley Insights? Good. Yes. So it's where Mindvalley, my company, open sources their ideas. You should go there, especially if you're a web marketer or web developer, see how we do things and try to apply them. We've had recently a copier, right? So don't plagiarize the work like what that
It's okay.
that site did, but you can get the concepts. So here's a sample of Mindvalley Insights. You can go there, mindvalleyinsights.com. Right, so that's for the introductions. Why am I presenting the playbook? Because Mindvalley is going through an app-centric development. We're moving a switch from an e-commerce platform or for spiritual products. We're doing more of a different alternative delivery system. Instead of just passive consumption, we want them to interact more, and so it's more apps. And because the tech team and design team here at Mindvalley are actually mini thoughtbots, we're actually functioning as a consulting group. How many of you here in your companies where the tech team are actually consultants, acting more as consultants rather than just accepting jobs and doing it? Good, yes, because if you're not doing it, you should go to your boss and tell them, hey, we want more responsibilities. We have ideas on how to improve the company, and we want you to consult us what we think. Because it's very, very important that the company is well-rounded. It's not just the marketing people who make the decisions, the tech people also make the decisions, because it's a cooperation between the two. So I would like to draw parallels between how we do things here in Mindvalley and how ThoughtBot does things. And because eventually I'd like that department I'm working on to function as evolve into a ThoughtBot, to actually, instead of just consulting internally, to actually start taking in clients outside the company. So it's a very long vision that I wanted to apply in my department, and that's it. So here's the playbook, the meat of the thing. The first thing that they suggest is to discover your customer. So this is very much into the lean startup thing. Because the riskiest thing that you can do is to make something that nobody wants. So you probably think that people want it, but it's very risky because you don't know. You really don't know. So that's why the lean startup principle asks you to get outside the building. When you attend a lean startup seminar, one of the first things you actually get asked to do is actually get outside the building and talk to people. So you usually come there, if you have no idea what lean startup is, on the seminar, you actually go there with an idea. You will probably be expecting that you would pitch something, but you'd actually be asked, okay, you told me your idea, can you go outside, get 5 people, tell them the idea, ask them if they would pay for it. And then, based on that, iterate on that feedback. So most of the time, ThoughtBot's clients, the ones who have the idea, have a clearly defined vision. And actually, that's good. You need to have a clearly defined vision instead of just saying, I want to make money. That's not very interesting. But upon experience, so the feature set actually changes upon first contact. It's like, I don't know, when the application touches the customer, it changes and morphs into something that they didn't really see before. So what happens is how they conceived the product, the feature set, and then when it got exposed to the environment, to the customers, it gets changed because the people who the product is aimed for are actually expecting something else. So the best way to do this is to actually talk to your customer. So how many here has a model of product development where you conceptualize an idea and it takes like 3 months to actually do it, process it? Or how many actually have a product development shop? No? No? Anyway, so so for those of you who do, you should talk to the customers. It's easier said than done because customers, being customers, they will usually invalidate your assumptions. And being human nature, you don't want to be proven wrong. Most of the time, you think that this is the correct way to do it. This is how people should use it. It's very opinionated. But once people actually start using it, then they don't really agree with you. And people who don't agree with you usually just shut off. So it's easier said than done. This is what the startup is recommending, building a minimal product and iterating until the product solves the problems really well. Again, what you think you're solving and what your customers want you to solve are usually very different. You might think that you're solving something like, give me something, and world peace, world hunger. You might be. I only have 5 minutes left. I still have like 30 slides.
I want to play Flash games in Gmail.
Yeah, Flash games in Gmail.
Yeah.
But I might be trying to solve playback problems.
Yep.
But you actually just want to play games. I might be wanting to offer you a Flash-based thing, but you probably just want to click things and have it respond. So the customer's mindset and your mindset while you're developing the product is very, very different. So it's a right action in the right time. If any of you have heard of the Toyota just-in-time development, come on, you're not that young.
I'll give you 10 more minutes to explain.
Just in time, the Japanese.
Just in time.
Yeah. Okay. very, very interesting term we have here right now. So it's All right. I'll just go back here. So just in time meaning that in manufacturing process, you actually don't store up inventory. You actually build things so that the assembly line works, and then the deliveries come in just in time for when it's supposed to be built. So this methodology that they are recommending is something similar, that you actually build the thing just in time for when it has to happen. So usually what startups will do is they want to immediately go viral, that hey, I want to drum up lots of interest in this application, but they don't actually have a really polished working product yet. And so you shouldn't worry about building viral landing pages or how to even put it on Facebook and then go for social media and have lots of tweets and lots of Facebook shares and those things. Because at this point, you're still trying to find out what does the customer want. You might be drumming up a lot of interest on something that you probably can't deliver, and then you've just lost your reputation on it. So acquisition and referral techniques can wait. You have to first find out what it is that your customer, what makes your customer happy. So for example, in Dropbox, so they put their slides online. They first created a 3-minute screencast, posted to Hacker News, 50 comments. They read the comments, they found out what their customer wants. They had the idea, screencast, they put it out, people think, oh yeah, I will need that. I want to just put a file in a folder and have it synced to all my devices. Then you have their landing page. That's the start of their viral and marketing campaign. And then the landing page call to action, download things, and then how to use it. And then the core functionality, which is the syncing of the files and the dropping of the file into the folder, that was a core functionality, and people got hooked on it. that particular idea was hooking. And so there are other things to do that, like there are other things that's Dropbox can do, the feature set, like you can share a public link where people can download from it. So Dropbox will send you emails about those particular functions. And the referral program, which is, how many of you have done the Dropbox referral program? Yes, finally, I can connect. So, yes, that one increased signups by 60%. As you can see, the the referral and acquisition technique is bumping up. And the contact list, where you actually start importing your Gmail contact lists, now drove a lot of traffic. So they started small, find out what is the core functionality that makes people happy, and then from there started ramping up. So we have our own, we have also our own product here called Customer Hugs, which Sehi is building for us. So you can go there, customerhugs.com. It's a Mindvalley product. So the story here is that when Facebook had their reviews program, who else remembers Facebook reviews? Nobody. Two. Yes. There. Okay. So yeah, it was very. Well, yeah, I would understand because it's very, very short time where Facebook introduced their reviews and then they pulled it out. But when Facebook reviews first came out, they were one of the first major e-commerce sites to actually put it to good use, and we saw that. Oh. We saw that it actually increased conversion rates on the pages that had it. So we know that the concept of having a review system integrated with Facebook, there was something to it, and so we created our own program and ate our own dog food. So if you can see some of our sites, they actually have that widget running, and that was one of the tests that we were having. So it's not here, but we were actually our own first customer. So the development team had this idea, and then we sent it out to real live marketing people. And from there, two-way feedback was happening. Can we do this? Can we do that? Based on our tests, this is increasing revenue, this is not increasing revenue. Okay, we'll change that. This is not possible. We can't, Facebook doesn't allow you to access this data and those things. So there's a lot of iteration going on. And after that one, we gave up access to a few business and network contacts. So this is from outside Mindvalley itself. And we were very, very much convincing the visionaries and the people who were funding this to consider the cost of delay, because they wanted to wait until the whole product was finished. We said, no, let's launch it already, because the only thing that was the problem was the payment processing module. So, and developing the payment processing module was a month or 30 days. So we suggested, let's launch a trial, and then people can already use it, people we don't have control over, while we're developing the payment processor module, because this can go concurrently. So this is Customer Hugs screenshot.
In this case, the customer this is your own product, right?
Yeah, this is our own product that is going through a soft launch right now. Yes. So Sevi was instrumental in doing this. Yes. So I'll probably just cut it to discover. You should read the playbook a lot more later on. So a handful of that. So we were actually following. This is actually part of the playbook, but we were following it. But we didn't know that there was a playbook like this. So apparently we're doing something right. So a handful of friendly first contacts. We test the hypothesis. Will people, marketing people, business people actually use it the same way we're using it? And will they have the same benefits that we're getting? And so remember, collecting thousands of emails won't help you learn faster. Again, for people who are launching and then they immediately put a sign-up page, sign up to be informed when this product launches. It won't help you learn anything. You just have a mailing list and that's it. You don't have real-world data to compare it. So the recommendation is to have a private or invite-only time period. So when you actually start launching it, then you can put up a landing page. where people can actually sign up. So the screenshot that you showed, that I showed, that's the landing page. So we're at this stage right now, and you start getting customer validation. So can this be a profitable business? We're still finding that out. Do we have any information if it's profitable already? Oh yeah, the payment processor just got finished, right? So we don't know yet how many people are willing to pay, but we already have their credit card, so we can just charge them. That's the important thing. Launched with a simple sign-up page, that's what we did, and made a few tweaks. Some of them, like the carousel, instead of scrolling up and down, scroll side to side, and other things that we, based on user feedback and based on how people are using it, we were doing. And later on, we start getting people to talk about the product, which I hope I'm contributing, and I hope you start looking into this. So, and then you rinse and repeat. This is the feedback cycle. And how much time do I have?
6, 7.
6. So this is that's the customer validation and the story side. So that's the cycle. So we'll talk about the vision as ThoughtBot wants it. So you have to ask, what is the user story? This is finding out what kind of problem the user has. And for your vision, the product that you're making has to solve that particular story. So here are a few examples. So for example, young professionals are tired after working all day, but need to eat dinner. So the solution can be, anyone? Go to a mama and eat? No. So for this particular business, they would prefer to have a service where they call and then they get their orders delivered to them from local restaurants, kind of like what Foodpanda is doing. So that's the story. The solution, the vision. So the vision is, the story is parents and spouses want to take care of their families and not have delivery food every night. So this vision could be family caretakers watching HD video from experienced chefs, so they can have really nice food and then they can cook them. And military families have gear that other military families need, something like auctions, and they have an eBay side marketplace that they can provide to their community. So once you know the user stories and the founder's high-level vision, everything will fall into place. And the important thing here is, especially for those people who are working as developers, there should be only one single person that should be the caretaker of the product. Usually it's one of the startup's founders. Because what happens is, if there are many people who says this is what that they think the vision should be, then you'll have featureitis creeping in that, no, you have to add this, and then you have political clash, personality clashes. Other people want to have this feature in, and it's just a mess. All right, I'll be wrapping up. Can we just get to the last slide? Yep. Because I think everyone's either not, how do you call it?
Yeah.
Yes. They're probably, no, these were yeah, because they can't relate to the topic, or they're just kind of tired. So yeah, so please read the book. I'll probably just announce something first. So more about me. No, but so if you want to go to contact me, it's in Facebook and Twitter. I would also like to announce KL Mug is on the first Wednesday of the month, which is next week. More technical talks there. UX Malaysia, which is second Wednesday of the month, and QA KL for testers, which is the Wednesday before Webcamp. So last week we had a QA KL. So if you're interested in these meetups, I help run them. You might want to attend them for different types of topics. And that's it. You should read the book. There's a lot more things that won't fit into a 30-minute presentation, but it's very, very useful, and I think you will like it. Thank you.
Man, Tristan, 60 slides?
Yeah.
2 minutes each, that's 2 hours, man.